Hello everyone, welcome to my live for this evening that I'll be holding on my TikTok, Carmilla of the South. I will just be doing my makeup this evening, and my makeup will be a look inspired by the pattern of a deer. I haven't ever done this sort of makeup look before, where I've put on a deer look, where I've used my makeup products to create a look on my face that resembles a deer, but I will be doing that at the moment. So here are some images of a deer, for example. So I'll be trying to replicate some of the patterns of the deer's coat and the fur of the deer around my forehead and around my cheeks, as a sort of like almost a makeup look that sort of resembles a face paint, because I haven't really used face paint since I was a little kid, and I used to like to do a bit of face paint when I was a child, but I haven't done any of that since. And I've been recently gifted with some makeup, so I've decided that I might just do a deer look. And I've seen some of these looks trending throughout the internet, so I thought I would just give it a go for myself this evening, then take a break from my regular chores and daily life. So here's another image of a deer. So I'll be trying to replicate some of these images from what I can see of the object being the deer, and the deer's fur having the deer pattern, and using that as a base for my face today. So I'll be going in with my primer, my Maybelline primer, and my Professional primer. Using the back of my hand. And then I'll be going in with my Professional Benefit Pore Primer, the Professional Primer from Benefit, and putting a little bit on the back of my hand and starting to go into the T-zone of my face, which is the forehead area, my cheeks, my nose, and my chin. I'm not wearing my retainer. I was going to, but I will be eating, hopefully will be trying to eat dinner after this, so once I do my look. So I'm not wearing my retainer, but if I had already eaten my dinner, I might have put on the retainer. So that's my primer added to my face. Yeah, I'm just gonna get a pad out from my box. So next I'll be using the Maybelline anti-age instant anti-age eraser with the multi-use concealer in the shades 10, 3, 7, 1, and that's the main shade. So I will be going in with a darker base, but before I do anything to my face and contour or anything, I am going to use the shade in number 3 to just kind of go into the places on my face that I've got a bit of acne or some spots. And so what I'm going to do is just wind this up really quickly to get the product out, pop the lid off, and go into parts of my face that, you know, just have spots on them and are perhaps have a different colour to my skin, like for example the eyes under my eyes where there is a little bit of darkness. Sometimes, like, even if I sleep or I don't sleep, I do suffer from that darkness. So I'm just going to colour it in literally just go in like naturally with my natural strokes of my hand and just sort of create a look like that and then blend it in with my hand. But I think I'm just going to go and get my beauty blender because I just don't feel like using my hands tonight. So I'm just going to use the beauty blender that I have. I have a couple of them. So I'm going to use this beauty blender quickly because I haven't really used it this much. So just kind of cover up the spots and the colours that don't match my skin and create sort of like a base that's even. And yeah, so I'm just going to go in and quickly blend it with my beauty blender from Real Techniques. This is a Real Techniques beauty blender. Real Techniques sell a lot of different kind of beauty blenders in different sizes. So as you can see, since I've blended it out, it is a bit more even now, and I can go in with my contouring. So we'll be using some contour to create the look because the deer has a brown coat base and then sort of like not like a leopard but almost like a leopard, have these tiny dots that are lighter in shade on top of them, on top of the brown shade. So yeah, so let me just quickly go around my eyes where there's colour, there's a little bit, where my eyes are a little bit darker. And so as you can see, now I'm going to quickly start going in now with the contour, and I will be creating the look of the deer on the parts of my face, and that is the forehead and the cheeks. But before I do that, I'm just going to use the number 10 on top of the number 7, which is just a little bit darker. So I'm going to go in and wind this up and contour the parts of my face that I want the deer pattern to be on, and then go into the parts of my nose where I might want to create a deer pattern or a deer face. For now I'm just trying to achieve the pattern before I achieve the deer look on my face at the moment. So it is 10 o'clock, so I'm going to try and get this look done in maximum, let's say 20 to 30 minutes. So just the outskirts of my face where I would put the number 10 contour. and then go in with the beauty blender again quickly and take the back side of the beauty blender and sort of blend that in. I am wearing my satin sleep hat, so I do sleep in this hat. Sometimes it does fall off while I'm asleep, but most of the times this stays on if I tie it sort of at a tightness that is tight enough for my face. And next, so what's next is the number 10. So since I've already put in that base for the contour, the dark shadows of the face, I'm going straight over it again, but with the number 10. And I'm going into the same places that I had put the number 7 in. I'm going at the back of the beauty blender to blend this out. So as you can see, that is now a little bit darker than it normally would have looked. So that is kind of how I'm going to start the look for now. So just focus on blending. I've never done a deer look, like I said, and I think I will take off my headphones, but I don't know if that's the best idea right now because I'm just using it. So because I use the back of the sponge, it does not blend in with the number 3 that I put on as the base. So you can kind of see sort of, if I go in with the other side, there, it blends out sort of with the makeup that I had just previously put on before I put the number 7 and the number 10. So there we go. And then I might go in a second time with the number 10. So the idea is to create like a brown coat of fur replica, whereas instead of making the fur, I would sort of create a look that is what is the fur of a deer called? I don't know, but it's got a coat. Anyway, sort of work my way around a little bit by contour. I've got these 2 MAC brushes in number 219S, and they're both very small brushes, and I will be using them to put in the pattern of the lighter coat of the deer onto the look today. So for now I will be trying to blend that in quickly. I only have one number 1, so I cannot really overuse these. Highlighted section of where I will put the highlight, where I'll put under my eyes, behind my nose, and sort of bringing the look upwards and into the middle of my face, and there. And get the beauty blender. Oh, live visibility restricted. Don't know. Okay. So I might try and get a different beauty blender. I have a couple of them. I have smaller ones. But what I might do is go in with the one that I've used lighter colours. So, which one is this? See how it goes. I am using my phone front camera, which is actually quite not something I necessarily would recommend, but so as you can see, as I add in the highlighter, and that's sort of the look so far. I don't think I'm going to be using much powder for this look because of the fact that I just think that it wouldn't, I don't know, I'm not really going in with too much powder this time. And then I get the same beauty blender I was using for the contour and sort of blend it in. I can see maybe like 2 people reviewing and then they left. Okay, so I'm going to try and go in one more time in, but this time just draw the line as much as I can. I will go in with bronzer after this, and I will not be, see, that's like my hair, so it is 10:16. And then blend out the highlight. So as you can see, I just needed to put one layer of highlight and concealer in the parts of my face that I needed to. I didn't really need to go in twice. I put enough product in the first time. So and before I do anything else, I'm going to go in and finish up with contouring my nose. I haven't put any product on my nose so far properly or contoured my nose yet. And then I'm going to try and use some bronzer to bronze out my face. So there's number 3. And I'll probably use a number 3 and a number 1, or I might use a number 10 and a number 1. So first I'll go in with a number 3, I think, because I've got no product that is really covering up anything on my nose, and so okay, so let's get that on. And then contour the parts of my face that I will be adding dots to.